I'm Justin Horo, the Triple OG, Willie Mason, and the bro, Lukey Stowe. Shout out to the Daft Boss, who reckons the scope's done a shiver. Scope's done a shiver on Monday. Unfortunately, I didn't get dropped for this episode.
Yeah, and he wasn't drunk.
And fortunately, Shiba has been recalled to the lineup as well.
You.
So
you're sweet.
I'm sweet. We neither of you two guys are Madge and not going to come down too hard on me. In saying that, like we said before on the episode on Tuesday, you said Lukey was joking around. It's good to have something back on me who can be a bit of a stiff sometimes when it comes to podcasting and all that. So we're all good. We're already
going a fucking 1 week bender.
Mate, before we get into it, I didn't have this in the notes, but let's start off with it because we're having a bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
The headline is Beat the Poodle. The NRL Chiefs cheeky AFL jab at the grand final entertainment. So the NRL has now revealed that Teddy Swims will headline the 2025 NRL and NRLW grand final. Peter V'landys taking a stab at the rival code. He's best known for 9 platinum hit Lose Control. Good song, by the way. I like it. The American artist holds the record for the longest Hot 100 in history. Okay.
We're talking about Teddy Swims?
Teddy Swims.
Yeah, right. He was
like a Triple J hottest 100.
No, so the American artist holds the record for the longest Hot 100 in history. So that must be, I'd imagine that's the version of Triple J's.
Be Billboard potentially?
Over in...
Not Billboard.
No,
that's the fucking Taylor Swift and shit gang.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so you're Swifties, isn't it?
No, it is.
Yeah.
Billboard.
There you go.
So he's the shit, right?
Yeah, Teddy's legit.
Teddy's good. He's like the Teskey Brothers-esque because when I put on my Spotify, he's always, if I put like a chill mix on and it's always like the Teskey Brothers, Leon Bridges, all that sort of shit, right?
Yep.
When I want to just relax a little bit, and Teddy Swims is always coming up on there. I didn't know who was the songs that he was singing because Big Les, the older brother, loves that sort of shit. Always been a bit different, like fucking loves country music and all that kind of stuff. Well, I was more hip hop. I'll be full on Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. I got into Teddy a few years ago before he started doing, I guess, his own songs. He was just covering a whole heap of songs and like they were really popular. So
no, he's good, man.
My uncle got me on Teddy Swims a few years ago. But this was from V'landys. We saw that the FLA got what's he called?
He's
Labrador or Poodle?
So disrespectful. He sounds. I'm not even going to say who he sounds like.
I'm not sure. All I know is that it's a dog act. So we had to get better than that. We actually got a vocalist. None of this doof stuff.
Oh, mate, he's the best. He is the best. And then it coincides with, like, I think Snoop said some super... I'm not sure why we're looking at Snoop for, he's going to be the voice of reason. The dude's a rapper from Long Beach, gangster as fuck, and he's, like, nearly 60. Why are we looking at him for, like, oh, shit, he should be the
a role model.
The role model and the leader of everything. You know what I mean? Like Snoop's a fucking great story where he's come from, Long Beach, everything. I fucking love Snoop. Right?
I'm a big Snoop fan.
Massive Snoop fan.
And I'm a big fan of V'landys going after AFL.
Why is the world even looking at Snoop going, look, what do you think he's going to fucking say? You want to interview him like that about all this shit when you're talking to a 60-year-old man from that sort of world. I'm not looking at Snoop Dogg for reason.
No. I think V'landys is more like taking the piss out of the name, the fact that he's a rapper and he's not actually getting. So
I know that, but I'm just saying the AFL dumping Snoop for the stuff that he said.
I don't think. No, it's more just like a small portion of the media that.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying he got canned because of some of the things.
No, he's still there. He's still doing it. They haven't canned him.
Nah, it was just articles.
It's just an article. Someone
I'm trying to then.
Yeah,
but like you know what I mean?
Okay.
Sensationalism, like when someone.
Sorry, I thought they were full on canning him because of some of the shit that he said.
No. Someone blew up about it, but like...
good on him then. He's still there.
Yeah, the masses love Snoop.
Fuck, I love Snoop, yeah.
They're playing the FLA Grand Final.
I'm going to go down there just to watch Snoop and then fuck off back home.
Get out of there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I love how V'landys goes after him. It's all like, at the end of the day, he's just like... V'landys is playing a character. Like he's playing to his audience. He knows we're working class.
To call them VFL.
Yeah, changing the names.
What is it? What do you say?
FLA.
FLA. Nowhere near it.
Yeah. like it's proper, like immature in the best possible way.
I love
But
it.
he's making it
like
competitive. You can't come out and have a worse act if you're going to come have a crack every year at them, you know?
Yeah.
Teddy's got that.
Like we've got Kid Leroy
but we
into
need
Teddy
to, like,
Swims.
from now on, if Teddy's the lowest that we can go, everything else has got to be better than Teddy.
Mm-hmm.
We can't go back to fucking Tina Turner dance off.
Speaking of entertainment at football, what happened to Wolf Mother last week at your Dogs?
What happened?
What?
How old
Yeah.
did they look?
They were supposed to come out to the song, and I think the team ran out early.
Critter
and
just
Wolf
went,
Mother
"Fuck it,
was
we're
there,"
playing.
and then they had to brush it basically.
The Joker and the Thief.
Yeah.
That song. So
Yeah.
they'll the ding, ding, ding.
No, I know who they are,
Yeah.
but I just didn't know like
They
what happened.
also, this is, when you walk out
Yep.
and Critter's waiting, and you're waiting for the anticipation
Yep.
and blah, blah, blah. And then, like, you hear that beat because they never really run out to that song.
Yeah.
And then Critter ran out too quick, so it wasn't in time for the bang to drop it.
Yeah.
So it was still the ding, ding, and it was really out of whack. And it was,
So it was really awkward.
It was
So they're
really
trying to
awkward
play
because
live.
Critter and that's already on the field, and the Joker that he hasn't started. The main
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Well, I'm like, I don't know what it is, but it was already ready to play, and they're still
Yeah.
going. I'm like, what are you doing?
They had to like go, all right, turn the song
Kind
down.
of short.
They're like, hurry up, sing the fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit weird, and I'm like, what? It was random seeing those guys there.
He's looking old, like you said.
Yeah, they looked old. They're like, what are we
His
doing
Wolf
here?
grandfather.
Yeah, I feel like those guys were around when I was in high
Wolf's
school.
great grandmother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wolf's great grandmother. They were out there.
All right, just want to give a shout out to Sharon Caldwell for a nice message. Good morning, lads, all the way from Scotland. Love the
Hey,
podcast.
nice.
There you go.
Some
I
love.
love those ones. It's the random ones like,
Yep.
I know we've got a huge supporter base in England, and we're going to be doing I've got another question about the Ashes a little bit later on. But Scotland, been to. Did you ever get to travel to Scotland?
Edinburgh's beautiful.
Yeah, I went to Edinburgh as
Fucking
well.
awesome.
Yeah, I loved it.
Absolutely.
The castles and, the history.
yeah.
It feels like you're in.
I was in Braveheart.
Yeah, it's like a throwback.
Yeah.
It is like a throwback. Also want to thank Papa Macros as always, or letting you know as always, the levels code is still and will be available all of the final series. So if you haven't got on board yet, trust me, you're missing out. Go and get it. Levels 30 or capitals. That'll get you $30 off your first box. And I reckon a whole heap of our audience have already done it, Mace. So if you want to continue to get the levels Papa Macros boxes, go to levels 10 and that'll get 10% off all future orders.
Summer's coming. That's why.
Summer's coming.
Summer's coming. Everyone wants to look all
Training
right.
up.
We've got 3 weeks in England. We've got to get in good nick before that,
Yep.
just so we can come back and looking shit. And then start back training again.
Roosters fans were into us. And you know what I love about this? I love that two things out of this around the Marky Mark situation.
Yeah.
NAWAQANITAWASI. So this one comes from S Mitty 1990, and there was a number of other Roosters fans that either commented or I had maybe half a dozen that DM'd me on Instagram. And I keep telling everyone, you got to write in the comments if you want to get your name read out and you want it or you want the credit, like S Mitty 1990. Boys, Jack Whiten palmed Marky Mark's face into the ground in a tackle, hence the ball on a platter celebration. All right, the reason I love this is I feel like there must be heaps of Roosters fans that watch our potty, which is cool. And the other part is like Marky NAWAQANITAWASI is becoming a proper cult figure. Yeah. Like he is so like even the other week when I was questioning like the celebration, people coming in and supporting him, like Roosters fans love him.
Yeah.
He's becoming like...
I saw that little bit of a thing when he started smiling and then the camera panned to him and he's like,
yeah.
I'm like, you are playing the game.
Yeah, he
son.
is playing the game.
Yeah, because he was sort of going laughing. Like he's like,
Love it. Love it. And you know what? Thinking back to it as well, I remember at the start of the year, and this is why I can't wait for this matchup coming up on the weekend. Him and Ronaldo Mulatalo went at each other. And remember when Ronnie lost his shit and took him out, like hit him high?
Yeah.
I remember at the time thinking he must do, because I didn't see that in running, right? Like I know like there must have been some push and shove. Sometimes when you're watching the game, you don't see, every little bit. It's like at times I'm maybe sitting on my phone and, scrolling as the game's on. I don't see every moment. Yeah. But I reckon there's a couple of things in the way that because he's like a new player, but he's like he doesn't have a rookie mentality because of his experience in rugby union. So he won't be pushed around, right? No one's going to fuck with him.
Physically
and
as
also,
well.
and I think the physicality is really frustrating his opposition because like you look at Jack Whiten, I seen like when you see the video on the little push there at the end, like that's out of frustration with Jack because it was just like,
But
just
Jack-
you know when you're wrestling someone and they just like it just say
Can't get
even a training and they just keep fighting and you're just like fucking stop being.
But he was
just
dominating, and it wasn't just him. It was Cody come in. Cody, like before that, like Cody and when Cody come on, they were trying to get him,
yeah
and not in like rugby league way. They were just coming in. Like, you know, Cody comes in, like third man, just swinging arm, and that they were doing it. And Jack was one of those ones where we saw that because Lukey put it on the text where he did go bang.
Yeah.
So that was before because they were just frustrated with him.
You know what's the ultimate compliment, mate? I reckon he's becoming the head on a plate for a lot of people.
He is.
Like as in. Maybe for the outside backs, like make sure you do it. Like this guy's starting the set so well, and he's becoming like you've got to be on high alert. Like if he goes up and gets the ball, make sure you hit him. Like don't second guess yourself because he is so strong. So credit to him. Very quickly he's become
estimating the strength on that man.
That's the
Have you
part.
Seen him? Have you fucking looked at him? How he's built?
I don't think they are anymore. So that's why they're trying to put a little bit more extra sauce on it. And like I said, it's everything around that is positive for Mark because one, he's not getting pushed around. He's you're too experienced in rugby union to be pushed around like a rookie. And the other part is like he's becoming a really important player on the opposition's tip sheet.
Yeah, I agree. And I just think it's that league versus union at the start. And I don't think the leagueies thought he was that strong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, he's a fucking weak union. It's that mentality.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
the fucking exact mentality.
100%.
Take into him what I would do to him. And I'll be like,
Not everyone, but most.
yeah, everyone who's worth a fucking little bit of fucking balls, you know what I mean? And he got any balls, you'd be going at him hard.
Probably top tier players, right?
Yeah,
Top
and
tier
you're like,
players going.
fucking let's go, mate.
He ain't elite.
And
Yeah.
and he is.
Yeah, he is.
They're finding out.
Did you watch him get interviewed and talking about the Wallabies stuff this week?
No, I
During
didn't.
the Roosters media?
No.
Yeah, he sort of just straight batted very much, didn't shut the door whatsoever about going
You
and playing.
wouldn't.
He's too smart, mate.
Yeah, you wouldn't. Yeah. No way you would. You just, even if he does stay, you're trying to use that as leverage to get
And
his
I-
top
and
dollar.
I-
And they've got money, Roosters, because
Yeah.
they let so many players go over the last
I think
couple of years.
with Marky Mark, he's in a position where he left Wallabies in like, you know, they didn't really want him. They didn't fight that hard for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, we got Suoli. Sweet, you know, you can go. Like, he would have been pissed off at that. Now you got to fucking pay double to get me back.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? And that's why we won't close the door. But if they don't come belting the door down, he'll gladly stay. It'd be a fucking big mistake for those guys.
Fair call. Even Michael Hooper was saying in
Yeah.
that interview the other day, mate.
He's Australia's ex-captain.
Yeah, he's like spoke so good, and he talked about the situation. He's like, we probably don't have the money for Swaliti, so we've got to go down a different avenue by, like the Will Scouten avenue, where
Third party.
allowing him to play overseas, and go and try to marriage the scheduling to get him to come back. But you're right, mate. It's like,
Yeah, man.
like I know, like
They didn't value him.
Even some of these other guys like Carter Gordon up at the Titans and all these other players that have come over that were playing for the they actually played for the
They're the
Wallabies.
product of the
He
Wallabies.
played
going-
9-10 caps.
No, but
Yeah.
I'm saying but they're the product of the Wallabies in that little bit of an era, 2 or 3 years, fucking abysmal, right? And everyone was looking at that when the Wallaby jersey was plummeting.
Yeah.
Now it's sort of coming back up.
Coming up.
And it's not to say it was their fault, but they'll just happen to be a part of that squad.
Yeah.
Now it's like, fuck, you wouldn't mind that kid back. You wouldn't mind, NAWAQANITAWASI back, or the other guy.
Tangent, and I was watching this
Yeah.
on some content, and I've got to give it. Who was it? I think it might have been good. My family friend Courtney Tyree has a podcast over. She does it with
the
a couple
Kiwi
of
buddy
boys.
over there.
Yeah, Sharpen Up podcast.
Yeah, why'd that come on my fucking algorithm?
Yeah, so Courtney hosts
My
that. She's doing a
algorithm's
good
fucked.
job. She's killing it over there. She does some stuff with Sky, and she had one of the boys on.
Piri Wipu
And-
as well.
Yeah, Piri Wipu goes on there every now and again. Api Pefarangi.
Yeah. Good yarns.
Couple of other. There's some really good clips.
Pucano when he's in the
Yeah.
when he's in Italy.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like, "Ah."
yeah. Anyway, and this is what I'm not familiar with him. I imagine he's like a New Zealand athlete, and he said this, and I resonated with it. He was like, with the state of rugby union at the moment, he goes, I wouldn't be opposed to Australia just winning the Bledisloe this year.
I saw that.
Did you see?
Yeah.
And I, as much as that sounds weird,
Nah.
I fully understood what he meant. Like in my heart of hearts, do I want it to happen? No, I just want to continue
Win
to
it since
dominate.
2001.
But
Come
like,
on.
there's a part that's like, it would be good to be able to fight and try to get it back again.
That's the closest thing to Origin that they have.
Yeah.
And they can't win it since 2001.
Yep.
Like, that's fucking embarrassing. I mean, it's dominance from New Zealand, but I mean, like, for fuck's sake.
I reckon it's
5 million
our
people in
best
that
winner
country.
we've got for a while with the
For
state
sure.
of New Zealand rugby and like the way
That's the reason why. Like, we
yeah.
keep getting beaten. If it was head to head all the time, like it used to be in the 90s and early 2000s, I remember going to a Bledisloe in 2003, 95,000. I was like, this is fucking awesome. You know what I mean? That was nearly peak rugby, like early 2000s and stuff like that.
Look, 90,000 is a lot of numbers. I'd still argue like the crowd numbers have been solid still for the big matches like the Bledisloe
still.
and the Lions, but like as in the buy-in from the rest of the country, the viewership would not be nowhere near what it was like back in the day.
You know why? We're not winning.
Well, now they are.
Well, I'm just saying that. Well, that goes with fucking crowd goes up. Hey, because there's a lot of Wallaby supporters out there, right? There's they're front runners. They fucking come out there when they're going good. And now the Wallabies are pretty good. What are they, top 5 now? Something like that. They'll be close to.
We just took out Argentina on the weekend. They're playing at Allianz on Saturday.
Yeah, I got things to do.
All right, let's get to the Guymer verse. All right, we've got hypocrisy. Apparently, there's hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy
And there was
manifest.
And there was a number of people who were, I guess, asking the question around the Guymer try assist for Junior compared to
Sorry, I just want to say something.
yeah.
I don't gamble. The D-gens are the ones that are coming against you.
Here we go. All right, so Guymer versus Walsh try assist, and this one comes from One Fat Eel. Hey boys, L1 since day 2. Love your pod and honest opinion, which seems to be a rarity nowadays. I was at the Eels versus Knights game and the atmosphere was refreshing as the first sip from a new toilet. I love that try. Charlie Guymer gave Barlow the try. It shows a lot of maturity and respect from the kid. However, this leads me to a question regarding the similar situation when Reece Walsh gave Hetherington a try in his 100th game. There was a lot of negative backlash coming from the media, not including you lads, over Walsh's actions over Guymer's. Why do you suppose this is? Tinfoil hat, Mace. Could it have been driven by punters and super coach players? Or was it the media playing towards the hate boner many people have towards Walsh? In all honesty, I was frustrated. I would have won my Supercoach head-to-head final if Walsh had scored that try. He really flushed my season. Also, just quickly, I want to give a massive shout out to Dylan Walker and Josh Adokar. Both gave away basically all their kit, and Josh Adokar stayed an extra 30 minutes after the game was finished, standing and taking photos with all the fans and especially the kids. So I'm glazing hard over those blokes who show such devotion to the fans of their new club. Sorry for the long comment.
Yeah, no, that's good. I understand with the Junior Paulo one and the Charlie Guymer one didn't look as obvious. Just say optically looking. It looked like he just went, thought he was going to get tackled. It looked like in one motion where Walsh was over the line. It was like under 10s looking for someone. He turns around and then gives you the little loop. So
100%.
Optically, you look at it like, what the fuck are you doing? Where Charlie Guymer was sort of running forward, and it was a beautiful pass to Big Junior.
Yeah.
Right? And it didn't look as obvious. I'm like, oh, fuck, he might have thought he was going to get tackled from some angle or something. Obviously, he didn't, but it was just a nice pass. It just looked fluent. Where I looked at Walsh's one, he's already over the line. He's looking around. I'm like, that's kind of disrespectful at the top level, right? It's not disrespectful in under 14s or 15s or under 10s or whatever. You give the other guy who hasn't scored a try a run. And that's what it looked like, right? And the thing, and then it's just a hammering of Reece Walsh.
Yeah.
It's low hanging fruit. That's part of it. But it's how it looked optically, and because Reece Walsh scores tries all the time, and the way he looked behind it was like it looked really disrespectful. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I looked at.
100% agree with the Guymer pass to Junior in the sense, you know what it reminded me of? When Gutho passed to Buchanan in the Dragons game, Gutho could have scored himself.
Yeah. What's the difference, right?
There was just a fullback in range.
Loitering,
right? And even though I believe both Gutherson and Guymer could have maybe not 100, say 95% scored the try without a miraculous try saver, there was still a little bit of doubt. And then they find the pass. But the point that he made up, that's not a tinfoil hat. For sure, there were people that would have been frustrated that would have had a Walshy anytime try score.
Guymer, last try scorer.
Guymer, not as much because more so Walshy is a popular one.
Okay.
So it's very rare that you're going to see a lot of people. it would be there would be more people having to play on Walshy on a weekend to score a try than GUYMER, right?
Anytime, hey.
Anytime.
Okay, so
anytime.
you know I'm not in that
Yeah,
world.
yeah. So that's why I reckon a lot of people would have been frustrated before Walshy ended up scoring his try anyway at
Big
the back
time.
end of the game. And the other one was as much as it's like a game, there are so many people that play Supercoach that would have been frustrated because it was a semi-final when I brought it up, and I brought it up jokingly, right, because I still won. But so many guys play Supercoach, and that would have affected their overall score and potentially got
In the
them
last
knocked out.
round.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get everything that he said. There's a lot of it's very nuanced.
Yep.
Right? And it's just like, hey, sorry, it is what it is. Right? You can't tell me people ain't been looking for AJ all year. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like little things like that. You're trying to get your boy over. You're trying to get Junior over. You're trying to get 100 games for Hetherington. It's a big deal.
I'll give you an example. So
Because you're going to remember that shit forever.
Yeah.
100th game. You remember you scoring that try?
Yeah.
Remember I just fucking handed it to you?
Well, I'll give you an example how it goes the other way, Mace, because you're not a punter. So people weren't as opposed to it when it happened early on in the year when Cody Nicarima turned around and passed it to Herbie Farnworth.
Yeah, that one.
Why? Because Herbie Farnworth is a very popular anytime try scorer. And also he was on a run. So there would have been way less people, not to say there weren't people on Cody Nicarima. There would have been way less on Cody. Again, Cody ends up scoring a couple of tries
that's
later.
what I'm thinking. So no one cares because you've got Cody,
Yeah.
and you got your boy.
Yeah, but the initial reaction is like, if you're on someone and they pass it away, you're like, fuck, what'd he do that for? It could be the last leg of your multi. So many people got Herbie Farnworth as their last leg of their multi in that, so they were pumped, right? So it wasn't as big of a deal. And
I totally understand.
does that make sense?
Fucking over, mate.
Yeah.
I know everything what's going on, and I'm just like, hey, you fucking win some, you lose some.
Mace, just like Ches, faking off the right and kicking it off the left boot. You never know the next time you may see it. So you appreciate the best on offer while it's still here.
And speaking about offers, TJM this weekend at the Sydney 4-Wheel Drive Show are offering 20% off TJM protection, XGS suspension, and AirTech snorkels this weekend only and only at the show.
I love the AirTech
You
snorkels.
never know when you may get a deal like this again.
Plus, check out TJM's socials over the weekend for a live reveal of a brand new TJM products that are set to hit the market this month. Visit tjm.com.au. All right, let's get to an Ashes Tour update.
Yeah.
Joseph Clark. Hey, guys, L1 from day one here. Any plans for Ashes Tour's podcast plans or a Q&A before the game at Wembley? Heading up from Wales, so hoping to meet you guys. Yes, Joseph, we will be doing basically a pre-game event before on the Friday before every game on the Saturday. So, like I've been saying now for a while, we've finalised the venues for all that. The last little bit is we're just locking in the guests and confirming who the guests are going to be with me and Maze.
Be all over our socials anyway, so
Yep.
you can't miss it.
Yep. So, a little hint. There could be a Burgess brother involved in the north. The south, we're still figuring it out. I still got to try to figure out what the south looks like. But yeah, there could be a Burgess brother or two involved in the north of England. So there you go. There's a little teaser. This question is, here we go. This is nice. So I got a message from Excel Videos. So he wrote a comment around the MERV Cartwright Medal ceremony, which is the Panthers presentation. Okay. Don't know if you guys have been given or been made aware of this by now, but there was an audio of Hoz giving Milky Jenkins a big rap. That was played at the MERV Cartwright Medal ceremony last night when they awarded Jenkins the John Farragher Award. Great to see the potty and your insight being recognised by the league itself, and it just goes to show you never know who might be listening, which is a cool way. I love that part of it as well. That may or may not include people who wear zebra stripes too, so maybe they are listening, mate. It's like we've always thought. My question this week, which will age better by the time the next episode drops? There are serious arguments for a team outside the top four to win the comp. The Roosters are red hot, defying the rebuild narrative that they are poised for the preseason. The Panthers are trying to be the first team since the 2015 Cowboys to go from bottom of the ladder to hoisting the Provan Summons. The mana is flowing in New Zealand despite the injury woes, and the Sharks are once again trying to prove they aren't finals pretenders. Each of these teams have passionate fan bases who would no doubt be disappointed should they be eliminated. What, in your opinion, could each of these teams do to improve in the off season. I'm going to change the questioning at the end because I love the questioning. Out of the 4 teams, which of these 4 teams do you think is actually a genuine chance to do it outside of the top 4? And if they weren't to, if they weren't, like and the one team that you think out of the 4, Mace,
can win it?
No. So one team in the bottom 4 of the 8 that can win it, and a team that you think is no chance out of the bottom 4. But what do they need to do to improve?
Warriors can't win it.
Okay, let's start with the
Straight
Warriors.
away because of the lack of players. They've run out of their players. Metcalf was on fire. He was heading towards a Dally M season. That's how good he was going. Mitch Barnett was probably heading towards Dally M prop of the year. He was heading that way, right?
Yep.
Egan's fallen over, injuries.
Let me just jump in there because I agree with you in the Warriors. Like, I think it's going to be a really hard task to beat the Panthers, right?
Yeah.
First week of finals. In saying that, it's a huge rap for where Mitchy Barnett is currently and where's Webby's got him to. That I agree with you. I think he's a really important part of this team. And Luke Metcalf, from where he was at the start of the year, Mace,
He was leading the Dally M.
to how much he improved. Like, it's not like the Dolphins. It's not like the Rabbitohs and some of these other teams that have had 7 or 8 starters.
And then
It's really only been 2 of their main starters that have made a huge difference in the way this Warriors team look.
And then a couple of little fuck-ups in the centres where they can't get some good centres week in, week out. Rocco Berry.
True.
And so they've been putting Kirk Capewell in the centres when he's a back rower.
Yeah.
Right? So it's been fucking the back row up and it's been ruining the combinations out wide in the centres because Capewell's been switching from right to left. Leka Halasima been fucked around a fair bit.
Yep.
Their wingers, their fullbacks, Chance has been moved in and out, playing centre, playing fullback. He's the best fullback in that team, right?
Yep.
As soon as they moved him back into the centres, it fucks up because Tuapiki comes back. He's a smaller body. And it's fucked up the dynamic of the team, right? When they have all guns blazing, full deck of cards, this team's a top 4 team. They would have really given it a shot this year.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm just saying, I'm a realist, mate. I just know what Penrith's like. It's probably the worst team to play is Penrith over there, the way that they're moving right now. Right? If they were playing someone else, I would have been at 50-50.
I'll throw a scenario. I think the Warriors would prefer to even play a team like the Dogs or the Melbourne Storm right now.
Anyone but
Even
that
the
team.
Storm.
Anyone but that team.
Yeah.
Roosters, I don't think they care about many teams. The Warriors, they think, okay, we'll get through. It's going to be, we've got the home crowd and everything like that. But when you play against a team who are so professional and so detailed and experienced like this Penrith Panthers team and motivated like they are, this is terrible for these guys. Right? And it just sucks that they couldn't maintain a couple of more games and just pinch a couple and then they would have got that top four team. They would have got 2 cracks at it. But, they've been outstanding this year because an old Warriors team 10 years ago would have fallen out of the 8. They kept that top 4 spot till 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So you got to commend that. They've had a great year, but I think it just ends this week.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that they've just run out of gun players and the dynamics of the team is fucked up. They had a great back 5. Everything was balanced, and it's not balanced now.
Yeah.
You put so much pressure, on Leka Halasima and all these younger kids playing a lot more minutes than expected.
Yeah.
Right? Other guys playing a lot more minutes in the front row, forward, and all these other guys and the young kids coming off the bench. You're debuting other guys probably a year too early where you didn't want to, which will pay dividends next year.
Yeah. Fair. I think with Luke Metcalf missing as well, it took away, he was again their most prominent player, so he would have been the focus for a lot of teams on the tip sheet. Yeah. And then Aaron Clark and Chanel Harris-Tavita were having some joy because there was so much of a focus on Luke Metcalf that I think those 2 players in the last maybe 4 or 5 weeks have felt the pinch more than anyone else.
Yep. Aaron Clark had an outsell. I think he's going up for a bye of the year.
I reckon he'll win lock of the year too.
Soon as they started fucking around with the pack and the balance got distorted, he had to play more minutes and had to be pushed up the front row, taking second hit-ups instead of the 3rd or 4th wave where he had a bit more shape. And it really, they just didn't look as dangerous, right? Tamari Martin, you got Boyd, these Tanner Boyd. I didn't know what was going on there. Like, who's your fucking halves? Who's leading this team around? No one. You know what I mean? So it's just like you can't win games like this with that.
Okay. All right, let's get to this one. This one comes...
Sorry, we're going to answer the...
Oh, yeah, the most dangerous team?
Most dangerous team in the bottom 4?
Bottom 4. Feels obvious.
Well, it's Penrith, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it? Right. But I'm trying to think. Are the Roosters dangerous? And Sharks looked great last year, but great last week. Was that against a shitty dog side? But
We'll see.
I'm not sure. Yeah. We'll see on this. This game's going to be a cracker.
Yeah.
So all the Sharkies, we're going to get to them when we review those games. But like that, 11,000 people over, they're whinging about that again.
Yeah.
The home crowd, and I'm like, hey. Fuck, the whole Shire should be the 11,000 Cronulla supporters.
Yeah, they should pack 13,000.
Fucking going mental.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So obviously the Penrith Panthers they're there and they're not there just to go, yeah, we'll just make the numbers up.
Yeah.
They're there to just fucking ruin the party.
Yeah. Yeah, because they could be a pain in the ass for a couple.
Whoever's that
they could easily,
the second semi.
Whoever wins out of the Roosters and Sharks game, if they're on, I believe they're on the side with the Melbourne Storm and the Dogs, they could easily knock off the loser of that game the following week.
Easy. Both teams, Cronulla and the Roosters,
all the Roosters,
are not
whoever
scared
goes through,
of those two.
whoever goes through, whoever goes through. Here's a good one for the Perth Bears target. Barry Matthews loves the praise that we gave Billy Walters. Don't know if it's early to talk about some Bears signings, but he is someone I would go after. I like it, Billy Walters. Another two names are Tyron Wishart and Ruben Garrick. Last I checked, none of them had re-signed yet and will be free as of November 1. I reckon all three of those guys are really good targets for a team.
I think all three of those guys know exactly when to come off contract. It ain't a surprise that some players like this that have been in some really good systems know that they can get out, start off fresh, get some decent coin because they've been proven the last, Garrick is proven. He's a first grader. Billy Walters this year, I'm looking at him going, he's a starter.
Yep.
Wishart, starter.
Yep.
You've done your apprenticeship for the last 3 or 4 years. These Wishart and Walters. Garrick's been, I think, six years. He's had fucking He's tried first grader, right? He's solid as hell at wing, at centre, and at fullback. Yeah. So he's a guy that you'd love to have. That's a good shout.
All three of those guys would want to start. They'd all be in the range of, in my opinion, 300,000 to 500,000, depending on how you feel about them and their age and all that. And if they go to a team like Perth, they're at a nice age where they'll probably get closer to 5 to 7.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because it's Perth.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you got to pay these guys an extra couple of hundred.
Yeah,
cap's going to be a bit different there. I think when's the CBA get after 27?
I think it is next year.
Yeah,
I think he's going
27.
End of 27. So that'd be interesting. Yeah, because there'll be a lot of clauses in those contracts.
Yeah,
sign a 3-year deal. I think there's a lot of really good players, and this is a very important part for recruitment. When Wayne was a part of the Dolphins and who he recruited and what sort of standard he wanted to set in culture, look what they've done after 3 years. It looks like it's pretty in good stead, the Dolphins. Well coached.
Speaking of culture, one guy that you'd love to have a part of your culture, a part of the staff, a part of anything moving forward is our little mate Foz. I had a chat to him. Yeah. We had a fan question around what his coaching is going to look like at the Titans, if that role was still there. And I asked him, I asked Foz right at the end, I know he's done with the NRL career. Is he done in the black and white jersey? Here is our interview with Foz for Athlete. All right, we are back with another special episode, another guest episode from former NRL athlete Kieran Foran. Firstly, Fozzie, how does that sound, mate? How weird does that sound? I know it's like you're only a few days removed, but has it had a chance, mate? We first of all, cracking night on an afternoon on Sunday. Was good to have a beer with you, celebrate your career, and mate, just a great afternoon and great night.
Nah, thanks, Oz. Well, you're the first person to call me former, actually. It's odd, but, I'll pop it now that I am officially retired from the NRL. But, yeah, great to have you up here on Sunday, mate. Thanks for making the trip up.
No, pleasure. Really honoured to be a part of it. You can just, being in the room with so many, former teammates and big name players, big name. You can tell you mean a lot to a lot of people, so it was great to be a part of it. We just want to remind everyone that they have the opportunity to win a recovery and performance pack. Last week's winners from Money's episode, Fozzie, were Danielle E, Brendan H, and Ryan J. And for your chance to win from this episode, let us know. Lukey will share the link in 50 words or less. Let us know your performance by a player or team, and you will be in the chance to win the recovery and performance pack. Foz, off the back of what we just talked about and your last game, I've got a comment here from a Titans fan, and it's a good one, mate. From a Titans fan, in the username is Gin and Tonic GNT, and he's messaged us a number of times throughout the season for different things with the Titans, and I know he's a really passionate fan. From a Titans fan, thank you very much for your playing time, and congratulations on your retirement. I only just realised on the weekend that other than Manly, you played most of your games for us at the Gold Coast. Now you're retired, you can grab the cheap donuts from us at Euphoria, just down the road from the stadium. Tell us about... I would also like to know about your coaching role at the Titans, if you can, if you have any more detail. It's great to hear a respected figure in the sport care so much about my team. I've mentioned for a while now that not enough people in sport give us or care enough about us at the Gold Coast Footy Club, and I assume you would have taken a bigger role somewhere else, but we're stoked to have you. Finally, I'm writing this comment wearing your 300 game tee. If you see me or another burger in public wearing a shirt with your face on it, say hello, or are you looking the other way? Either way, I'm just going to keep wearing it because I am, like most fans of the sport, think you are the fucking man. So a really nice message there. And I imagine a whole number of not only Gold Coast Titans fans, mate, Manly fans, Bulldogs, Warriors, Para fans, they all appreciated the time that you had at all their clubs, mate.
I'll take up the offer on the donuts, Hozzy. I'm a big donut. Absolutely love a hot cinnamon donut. So I'll be swinging past to grab a few of them, no doubt. In terms of the coaching role for next season, look, it's still to be discussed. I'm currently talking to the club about a range of different options. I'm pretty keen on continuing my media commitments with Fox Sports.
Yep.
So that'll predominantly take up my weekends. So it's just trying to work out with the club how and what sort of role I can play through the week.
Yep.
But definitely keen to stay on board and help the boys through next season if I can. I'm pretty invested in the group. I've been here, I've played with them over the past 3 seasons and certainly put my heart and soul into trying to help them as much as I can. So helping the club from a whole holistic point of view as well, even through their juniors, I think I can do some work in the pathways with our kids, from 14 to 18 and then help the first grade side where I can, most definitely in the spine. I think that's where Josh will want to use me, but like I said, that it's still to be determined.
Yeah, is that that was going to be my next question, mate. Would that be ideally if you had you had the opportunity to go, all right, this is where I best serve the Gold Coast Titans.
Yeah.
I'd imagine, with your experience at being the halves and even rubbing shoulders with Brimo and JC and even Carter Gordon and talking to those boys about your influence up there. I remember we've spoke a little bit about young Zane Harrison. It feels as though that, those guys in particular definitely, want you around and still want to be trying to learn as much as they can from you.
Yeah, well, mate, I've got such a big rap on those guys. And look, I've said it a number of times, they've got so much natural ability, far more than what I ever had. But I think where I can help them is on that education part of the game. That's the part of rugby league that I did so much work on because I wasn't naturally all that blessed. I really became a student of the game and studied it and worked out, those little fundamental skill sets of the game and implemented them into my role as a half. So when I look at their game style, I feel that that's the biggest improvement I can have on their footy.
Yeah, and the media stuff. I'd imagine, yeah, by the sounds of it, you've been in conversations. Are you going to now that you're done with the Titans? Are you doing any stuff over the finals period, or are you sort of just communicating with Fox and going to be doing more of that stuff starting next year?
No, I am Hozza. I'll be on this Saturday, so I'll be doing the
Awesome.
first week of finals on Saturday. I think we've got Penrith and Warriors, and then Sharks Roosters. So I'm looking
Nice.
forward to being on there with the boys on Saturday. It should be good. And then, yeah, I'm in some talks with them around next year and how that's going to unfold. But like I've said a number of times, love working in there with the guys. It's awesome. I really enjoy it, and hopefully I can be sitting on the panel a lot more next year.
All right, let's go to the finals. Now that you're officially eliminated and we know who the final 8 are, very tantalising matchups. The games that you're going to be doing on Saturday are awesome. Give me who you think can win from here. Like who, because I feel like it's as wide open as we've ever had.
Yeah.
If there's one, I don't want to put words in your mouth. Like if there's one team in the top 4 who you think are looking really good because of the position they've been able to get themselves into, and then maybe a team outside of the top 4 who can do some damage if they can go on a run.
Yeah, well, look, I like Canberra, Hoz, in terms of they've been consistent all year. They thoroughly deserve to finish first. I think that they're in the box seat in terms of, it's pretty hard to win down in Canberra. Brisbane have got the athleticism to beat them. But I do like Canberra, mate, in that first week of the finals. Outside of the 4, I like Penrith.
Yeah.
I think they're primed for it again. I just think they're peaking at the right time. They're getting all the troops back on deck. They've been there a number of times. So I think Penrith can make a charge from outside the 4.
Winning's contagious, isn't it, mate? Like, I don't think people are giving Canberra enough credit for their regular season form. Like, only losing 4 games throughout the season, and their finals record, their record against the top 8 teams, they played, even though they played probably the least amount of games against top 8 teams, I believe it's only 9 compared to, I think a lot of the other teams around the 12 mark.
Yep.
Mate, they won 8 out of 9 of those games.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Like, I don't give a shit that you don't play as much. As long as you get the job done when you do play them, and if you win an 8 from 9, then and the only loss was that big Bulldogs lead that they gave up down there, where they were actually doing a number on the Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs had an incredible second half comeback. So I don't think people were I still like, just because of the big clubs in Penrith and Melbourne have been thereabouts, and Roosters have won a couple of comps in the last 5 or 6 years. People are still not giving the Raiders enough credit, and Ricky will love it.
No, I agree with you there. Like, the people have been waiting for them to fall over all season. It's been really interesting listening to the dialogue around Canberra, because you look at their year and everyone's gone, oh, yeah, but are they just making up the numbers? Are they actually going to be there at the back end? But they've found a way to win a lot of games. And I think the one thing you've got to take into account, they are a really, really athletic footy team.
Yeah.
Their young guns are firing. They've stepped up to the plate. They seem unfazed by the pressure at the moment. Look, obviously finals is a whole different ball game, but I do like what they've done so far this season. I think you got to give them credit for that.
Yeah, for sure. And the other one, Penrith Panthers, winning's contagious. Now they've won 4 premierships in a row, so that one makes a lot of sense as well. There's a part of me that thinks this first hurdle could be trickier than a lot of people, because everyone's writing off the Warriors now, Foz.
Yep.
And it's almost like they're another team that everyone is, their form hasn't been as great at the back end of the season, but you've played with James Fisher-Harris. Yep. The money that he brings to a team. He knows this team well. Even though I'm with you, for sure Penrith are the most dangerous team in the competition, I have a feeling this game's just going to be a little bit trickier than people anticipate.
Yeah, well, all the pressure's on Penrith in this one, right? Everyone's ripping the Warriors off. They're not giving them a chance. Like, Penrith are red-hot favourites here. But it's the crowd's going to be behind the Warriors. They're going to use that to their advantage. I'm sure Andrew Webster's going to talk to them all week about no one giving them a chance, and they can just throw caution to the wind and see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm with you. It's not as clear cut as what you think. Even though Penrith are starting to peak at the right time, the Warriors, again, as we touched on, like Canberra, they've been consistent. They've played good footy for the bulk of the season. They've faced a bit of a challenging time in their run home with injuries and whatnot, but they've only got to get up for one game, and this is the one. And then they can reset and go again. So maybe they just throw all their eggs in one basket here, throw caution to the wind, and go out there and play some free-flowing footy and see what happens.
We will see what happens. Speaking of the way we started the episode when I said former NRL play, now your NRL career is done.
Yep.
What about your international career, mate? Is that done? Is there is, with the injury to Jerome Hughes, so my first question is, would you become available? Would you be available if given the call from Stacey in New Zealand, or is there anything that you a chance of playing for the Kiwis at the back end of the year?
Yeah, I will become available if they need me, Hoz. Look, I've
Awesome.
given up the opportunity to represent the Kiwi jersey, and if Stacey comes calling because we've got injuries or just on form, then I'll jump at it. Look, I don't know which way he's going to go. I don't know with Jerome's injury who he's got left to select from.
Yep.
Obviously, Cody Nikorima. There's Dylan Brown. I know he's
Dill Brown.
Parramatta, but he's finished the season strongly. So, and he's done a job for the Kiwi jersey a number of times. So I could imagine Stacey would be considering him, heavily. But yeah, look, if Stacey feels that I can be of value and he needs me to jump into that space, then I'll become available. I'll have to make sure I keep the leagues ticking over in the time being.
I was going to say your good mate from over in across the ditch who finished up his season last year at the New Zealand Warriors and then got the opportunity to finish off in the black and white jersey. I know he really enjoyed that, and as a proud Kiwi and as a good mate, I would love to see you go around one more time in the Pacific Championship, and I think it's going to be a cracking series too. Like, speaking to some of the boys that are involved in it, on both the Tongan and Samoan, I know we don't have Australia as they're going over for the Ashes, but gee, it's going to be a really good series at the end of the year.
Yeah, well, I think this will be the strongest teams that Tonga and Samoa have fielded.
Easy.
You look at the players that they've got available to select from. These are going to be two really, really strong lineups. So, it's going to be a great pack champs, mate. And if given the opportunity to be a part of it and potentially go out that way wearing the black and white jersey, then what better way to finish my time in the Test arena?
Yeah, would all love to see, mate. I got so many messages on YouTube about that too, so I had to ask. Always appreciate your time, Fozzie. First week officially retired from the NRL, and I reckon on behalf of a lot of fans, especially the Kiwis fans, would love to see you go around one more time, at least in the black and white.
Sounds good, Hozzie. Appreciate you having me on again, brother.
See you, Fozzie.
So, Mace, there you go. We had a chat to Foz. You wouldn't have seen the clip, but Mace, Fozzie's put his hand up for the pack champs at the end of the year. So, Jerome Hughes, not to say that no one's reached out from the Kiwis, but Jerome Hughes went down. He understood that there's guys like Cody Nikorima thereabouts and Dylan Brown who have represented the jersey well. But if Stacey was to give him a call, he's going to stay fit just in case. And we could see
good way to go out.
We could have another send off for Fozzie.
No, it'd be a great way to go out.
Yeah.
We'll be up at 5 a.m. watching those games.
Yeah, we'll be
the pack. Oh yeah, we're in a different time zone. No? Totally different.
We
might be still going.
Might be a couple of other shit.
I think we'll be still fucking in a pub somewhere
drinking Guinness. You've never had Guinness, eh? That's the yarn.
No, I have.
No, Mace hasn't had Guinness.
I have.
Not over there.
I've had Guinness over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dog shit.
All right, here we go. Team lists are out, and there have been a number of changes as well. So this is from the team list on Tuesday when they first come out, Mace, but we'll talk about some potential changes for this game in particular. So the Storm versus Bulldogs, Friday, 7:50 p.m, Amy Park. Let's break these. Now we've got a little bit more time. We can actually just break these down and get into these games a little bit more. So Tyrone Wishart is he's been named to take over at halfback from Jerome Hughes. Nick Mendy goes to fullback for Pappy. Joe Chan has been named in the centres, but Jack Howarth is lurking thereabouts. Harry Grant is back from suspension, so Bronson Garlick goes back to the bench. Stefano Uto Ikamanu returns after being rested, so Tui Kamikamitha returns to the bench. And Nelson Osofa Solomona has been suspended.
I thought Tui was out.
Anyway, so the Bulldogs, a reshuffled backline. Inari Tuala shifts to centre. Blake Wilson and Jethro Rinakama come on the wings. Marcelo Montoya and Bronson Cherry out. But in the extended squad, Jacob Carraz has been lurking thereabouts. Now, the reports are... Let's get it back up as I get...
While you get that up, I'll give the odds.
Okay, let's do the odds.
Tab, which will be watching this game live.
We will
thanks
too.
to our friends and partners at Tab. Melbourne, $1.50. Doggies, $2.60.
Disrespectful, Tab.
Ooh, and the line is 5.5.
5.5.
This is going to be our game where we just got to go all in. We can't leave anything. If we want Carraz back and even Montoya back, if a week off could be a world of good. You know, 1 week right now is like having a fucking month off during the year. So we'll have that. Got to have that siege mentality. They got a couple of players out, but they've still got some big boys. I forgot about Big Stefano.
Yeah,
I forgot about him. So he comes back in. I thought Tui was injured, but it is what it is. We just got to go back. We got to go down there and just fucking attack. Like I know we got dealt with in our forwards, right? And it's like when that happens and it clearly happens and everyone starts talking about it, starts questioning you like, what the fuck? What's our soft underbelly? And they say it's the middles. That's when you got to take that shit personal. If you're Max King, if you're Sam Hughes, if you're Kurt Mann, if you're Jared Salmon, if you're Bailey Haywood, you're fucking part of that. You got to take that shit personal when you go down there. When fucking Stefano's coming, there's no the blueprint's there, right? And there's no secret to where they're going to go, Storm. So when I see the first fucking contact, I need to see players getting fucking skittled. Like shoulders in, on chest, driven back and attacking numbers like we were from round 1 to fucking round 18.
Yeah.
Right? We've got to bring that back. And then we've still got the Burtons, we've still got Galvin, you know, we've still got some really good attacking machines, yo. We've still got Critter. Then they can fucking add the little bit of... just a little bit of magic to the ends of sets, right?
Yeah.
But we've got to fucking muscle up in the middle. I don't give a fuck who we're playing against. If we're playing against the Tigers did it to us, right? So it's the biggest. If you're a middle, they're calling you out for the Dogs, and I would take that shit so personal for me personally. And if I played in that when I played in that jersey, and I called the middles out, you're getting fucking dealt with. It doesn't matter.
Can I ask you about the reported changes? So, no Reed Marnie, it's been reported, and it's going to be Sexton who comes into the bench. Can I throw a tinfoil hat at you? I am not convinced that the back five is going to look that way. I don't think Jethro... I have a feeling Toby Sexton comes in at halfback, Lachlan Galvin goes to 6, and Matt Burton goes to centres. Thoughts?
Yeah, that sounds all right. Maybe that's a sneaky way to get Sexton in.
Yep.
And just to push Galvin out and then put... Because, hey, 4 years ago, Dalium Centre of the Year, he's still class. He can still get in the same sort of shape for kicks. You still got 3 options there.
Yep.
Bailey Hayward can kick and Sexton can kick and Galvin can kick. Everyone's got their own little job there. So that could easily happen.
I look at the back five and I'm a little bit worried about the back five, especially going against Will Warbrick and Coates. And Blake Wilson, solid player. Jethro Rinakama, I think he's going to be a really good NRL player one day. Just a little bit young. And I know Inari Tuala had a rough day out about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
But he played all right last week.
In that game. But
he's centre.
I said this to you after. I think it was just a really bad day for him. I think he's
and it coincided with the rule changes.
Yes.
They didn't know what to do. So I'm going to forgive him for that game.
Yep.
And he'll be looking to get that one back. We just need to go up a fucking another level.
Yeah.
Do we have another level? I need to see it. Everybody needs to see it. And the Bulldogs were saying it's a fucking new competition. It's a new competition. I'm expecting to see a whole different fucking level of play.
Yep.
a whole different level of hustling.
But you must be expecting it from Melbourne as well.
I expect everything from Melbourne.
Yeah.
What I'm saying about the Dogs, I'm expecting it from Melbourne.
Yep.
So this is going to be one of those games where it's going to be fucking hard and fought out to the end. We cannot get blown out here at all to even be a chance to win this game, a chance to get into this prelim again.
Yep.
You know, we lose this, we go to the hard route. Who gives a fuck? But like our Dogs, we just need to play like fucking Bulldogs.
I think naturally, because you're so invested in the Bulldogs, as you're so much more invested in the Bulldogs compared to me as Manly or Parramatta winning the comp, and knowing what it's like to lift that trophy, win a Clive Churchill.
Yeah.
So I think that naturally you always think worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Like I think my play, and I'll do this, and I'll say this on Friday night as well for people who tune in. Either team under 6.5. Yeah. I think this is going to be...
It's going to be a 14-10 game.
This is going to be a really close game. I think you're a little bit worried because of the Sharks, and understandably so.
No.
I have a feeling both these two teams are going to empty the tank. If it's wet like it is in Sydney now, down in Melbourne, both these two teams haven't necessarily played well on the wet all year. So I think this is going to be... And I've got my own question marks around Melbourne. I've had that for a while.
I've got big ones.
Tinfoil hat. For the Melbourne side now, do we see Suafalango? Do we see a Jack Health or Marion Seve? There have been a number of times where he's named Joe Chan, changed him to Joe Chan to the bench, and a centre's come in. So there's the change that I think could happen for the Melbourne Storm as well.
Yeah, I think the Storm. I've been saying it for a couple of weeks. They're a fucking top tier side, right? But I know that the Bulldogs DNA going down to Melbourne, it's not like you're shitting yourself. You're not.
They're not a team that's
they're not a team that goes down there going, oh my God. As I said before, teams are defeated before they even get on the plane going down to Melbourne going, oh, we'll just try our best, see what happens. We're going down there with the attitude, like, we got to fucking win this game.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what's happened in the last 4 fucking weeks, right? We're getting dusted. We've won 1 out of 4. Wow. Who gives a shit? Done. Do we have the capabilities to go, okay, season done, like Penrith, right? Like these fuckers Storm, to go compartmentalise, you're done, semi-final time, let's go to that extra level that we know we have. Do we have that as the Bulldogs?
How much would it completely change the narrative?
Oh, everyone can shut the fuck up if we go down there and beat these guys.
And get a week off.
Get healthy. Then the least we get to is to a prelim, and I reckon that's what we do. You don't always get what you deserve, right?
Yep.
You got to work your fucking ass off for it. We go down there, full on, go fucking ham, and see what happens.
Here's what you deserve, and here's what Melbourne deserve. Because of how consistent you were for long portions of the competition, you're currently sitting in second and third. I think the loser of this game, I think they lose next week.
Yeah, fucking oath.
I think the loser of this game loses next week.
You go bang, bang.
And I think the winner of this game, because they're going to be healthy going into the prelim final, go into the grand final.
Big chance.
So this game will determine if you're out next week, in my opinion, or you make a grand final, no in between, no grey area. Does that make sense?
This is the way I've been thinking. Like, and I know what Ciro's like, and I know what that team's like, and I know if these middles are getting questioned, right?
Yeah.
It ain't the Galvin's copping some strays here and there, but everyone's like, oh, he's just a 20-year-old kid, so he can just go fucking, oh, he joined halfway through the year, blah blah blah. I can't blame Galvin. You know what I mean? You can't blame Galvin against the loss against Cronulla.
Yeah.
You know, or the Tigers or anything like that, or the Roosters. Where did they go? Front door.
Yep.
Didn't even think about it. It's not even fucking like, it wasn't even like mad plays off the lock or anything like that. It was just fucking me versus you. Who's going to fucking make more meters? Who's going to find their front? Who's going to get on their back? And these are the battles that are made up throughout the game where Max King needs to win more than he loses. Right? He's our dude. It's a fucking origin player. Sam Hughes. Curran, all these guys. I know we're playing small ball a little bit, but we're fitter. We can keep going. We need to be going at like, just say fucking 90% for the whole game for 80 minutes. And just be relentless and fucking relentless the whole game. We can't fucking play 20 minutes and then give up a fucking shit penalty and then go down there and get a fucking try scored against us and then we just throw it in. That's not like how we fucking roll. It's 80 minute, like constant.
I love how passionate you get. Like it's almost like you're speaking to the players now, hoping they're watching, and it gets me fired up.
Yeah.
I tell you who's not small ball? My multi. I'm not going small ball for my multi. I'm going the big boys, and I'm going the most. I remember this time last year, I thought this time last year was the best performance I seen from Viliami Kikau.
Yeah.
Why? Because he was going against Homoli Olakuatu. This year he's going against Ali Katoa.
Yeah.
Arguably the form right side back row of the competition. I think it's going to bring out the best of both of them. Give me Ali Katoa anytime. Give me Viliami Kikau anytime. And despite where I think you'll be a lot better in the air with your kick defense this time, Xavier Coates is still a problem. And someone still has to stop Air Coates. So I'm going Xavier Coates anytime, Ali Katoa anytime, and Viliami Kikau anytime. That is my same game.
Do they change the rules, right? Where what the fuck Brisbane were doing to the Storm and like Stags was just
grabbing
like,
him.
Stags was just fucking in his way.
Yeah.
Right? Like you somehow just say if we got Blake Wilson and Jethro, right? Blake Wilson's proven himself as he can play. He's
Goes
toughened
good, yep.
up. He goes good. He can
like
do a
him.
job for us, right?
Yep.
Jethro, 18-year-old, probably just fucking happy to be there, but you can't be happy to be there. You got to make a fucking difference when you're out there, right? You can't be a liability or anything. He wouldn't get picked he wouldn't even be in these teams if he wasn't. You know, like so.
So what tactically do you want to do to help those guys out then?
Mate, we coach.
Do you want Critter to grab him?
Critter to fucking just get in their way and back your defense.
Yeah.
Just do like they're sort of like. A lot of players are just sort of forming a little bit of an umbrella around the catcher and just standing there. So you're getting into shape quick. So the fucking attack. Like, did you see, I think Stags and even Marky Mark were like, they were moving. You got to move through things to try and get the ball.
Oh, yeah.
So you try and make it harder for their way from me to you. I need someone there and there, so I have to go. You're already up in the air, and you get a free catch.
So
stop the momentum. Stop your free. You can't have a free. You cannot have I can't have a free run to you. If I'm Marky Mark, jumping on your fucking shoulders, and so is Coates.
Yeah,
that's how good they are.
This is what you're getting at. But the Broncos weren't even trying to hide that they were escorting. In fact, Tony just grabbed Coates one time and it was so close. And I reckon you can't do that multiple times because he was about to get sin bin.
Yes,
next
that's
time
what I'm saying. That's what I was thinking.
But you can still escort.
What do we do? And then I see a lot of other guys who get the crossfield kick, the center, and even the 3-man, and they were just like 3 of them were just standing around and just holding their ground. Right? They weren't moving or anything like that. So once you get into formation quick, and you just stand there. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what they're doing now. That's the only way to combat Coates, Marky Mark, and a couple other guys who can jump out of the fucking ground.
Yeah.
That's it. So when they do a crossfield kick like that, I expect Critter, I expect the 3-man just to go around and just get in and impede Coates in some little bit. Yeah. Stand there, don't move, don't do anything like that. Just let him he's got to maneuver his way around. Don't have a fucking straight run. That's all it is. That's all you can do.
You know what I felt like Penrith did this time last year? Because Melbourne had some joy when they played them. It was maybe 2 weeks to go in the regular season where they would just go up. Brian Toto and Taruva.
Getting fucking hot.
Yeah, you got fired up for that. They were going up and jumping early, basically, right? So what they were doing was getting to the spot earlier, Mace, and jumping up where there was no chance of really coming down with it. But what it did was, because they were in the air and then Coates would go to take off, it was like checking him before, and Will Warbrick, it was checking him before they went up.
Do you know what another thing that worries me? When we're so worried about that, and then the little dink.
Yeah, the little tap back.
To Katoa.
Yeah.
To Blore. Like not as far because money puts it on a dime. So everyone's going to be thinking it's Coates, especially when just say it's a play the ball.
On top of the 3-man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the middle, on the right side of the post, it's a little block play. Money's out the fucking back with a lot of time, right? Left foot kick over that way or left foot kick that way.
So they're sitting back waiting.
Yeah, and everyone's getting into formation on Coates.
Yeah.
And then it leaves Katoa one-on-one over, like even Kikau and that will be running that way. Oh, shit, it's on the 3-man. So like they're the little things, and that's what coaching does. You'd be like, well, watch out for fucking everyone.
Yeah.
First of all, put massive pressure on Munster. Make him kick early.
Yep.
Without a penalty.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of things going on there.
All right, let's move on to the next game. The Warriors versus Panthers at Go Media Stadium. This is on 6 p.m. for us. It's 4 p.m. for us, 6 p.m. over there in New Zealand. Kirk Capewell shifts from back row to the centres. He replaces Rocco Berry. That's what you were talking about before, Mace. But that means that Lekahau Sema moves into the starting lineup.
That's better.
Wade Egan is back from his hip injury. Jackson Ford back from suspension. And that sees Sam Healy drop all the way out. Tanner Stowers-Smith moves to the bench. As for the Panthers, Brian Toto and Liam Martin are back on deck. Mitch Kenny will miss this game. I think that's an underrated
Why?
hamstring.
Oh, you
So
poor
Luke
bugger.
Summerton takes over at 9. Paul Alamotti retains his place on the wing in place of Milky Jenkins. And Luke Garner slides to the bench to accommodate Martin's return. So a couple of big changes there from Ivan. Let's start off with, I would say it's arguably the biggest story of the game. Well, here we go. I don't think the Mitch Kenny omission is getting enough respect as it
because
deserves.
he's not a massive name over there, and he's not an Origin player or a Test player, but he
so
fucking
important.
is in most people's heads and in their forward pack.
Yeah.
He's their dude, right? He leads everything. And he's such an integral part in the last 4 years. So, I mean, they can make do. That Summerton goes all right.
Summerton's solid, yeah, but I think they're really going to miss
Defensively.
the line speed.
Yeah. He's animal, mate.
Yeah.
And I think Summerton's he's got big shoes to fill.
All right, the other big one, Paul Alamotti over Milky Jenkins, who's been arguably the story of the year this year, fighting all the way from Ron Massey.
That sucks. But I think Cleary is just, I don't know what he's doing there. Is he rewarding Alamotti for being good in reserve grade and then giving him a shot and then, that's what it seems like. Milky's just held the fort for the fucking whole year.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then
Been so good.
Been outstanding. And then he's probably just looking at Paul Alamotti as he's got that X factor.
Exactly.
That's
as much
about
as
it.
I love the story for Milky.
I love Milky. I think he's a first grader through and through.
Yeah.
But it's a big call, man. It's a big, big call. But the only reason why it's not a big call for everyone else is because they're not massive names, not household names, right? They're the two guys that are just up and coming.
But
future stars.
It's because of the guy who's pulling the trigger on that. No one's ever going to question Ivan, right?
No.
Whatever he's seen or whatever he didn't see from Paul Alamotti throughout the year, he's seen it now. And as much as I love the Milky Jenkins story, and do I still think they can win the comp with Milky Jenkins? Yes, of course they can. But Alamotti was excellent in that grand final. He was really good in that.
He was a centre.
Yeah.
He's playing wing.
Yep.
That's where I'm thinking. If he got,
But he played wing grand final.
I thought he was in the centres.
No,
when
he
hit
played.
those holes.
He played wing on the grand final.
Yeah, he did because he scored those good tries. He just hit that hole really well off the scrum, didn't he?
Well, the Warriors are $3.20, Penrith $1.36, and the line is 8.5.
Yeah, it's going to be the biggest upset of the whole fucking semi-finals if the Warriors can get anywhere near the Panthers. If the Warriors can just fight and fight and fight. And I think they, and obviously they will. You know what I mean? It's going to be close for 50, 60 minutes. And then it's just going to be class from the Panthers. That's what I'm expecting, right? The Panthers have just got too many class players. I'm talking top 3 in your position in the world in that team. Yowie, Martin, Toto, Cleary. That's just straight away. And Edwards. Keep forgetting about Dylan Edwards. Yeah. He's been playing outstanding. Couple of little stupid mistakes.
Yep.
But everything else, these last month hasn't been his best month.
Yeah.
Because of the random mistakes.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking he's his own harshest critic.
Ivan said after the game in the presser, he was asked about if they're worried about the form of Dylan Edwards. He goes, no, because the bigger the game, the better Dylan Edwards plays.
So I'm just thinking, he's probably waiting for a game like this to go, fucking please.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on me. Everyone's starting to think Teddy's got his spot in the Test team. All those little things. All right, Panthers lose this and the Roosters win. And they go on a little bit of a run.
That chat's already
it's happening.
Apparently, it's a 50-50.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's because
that's fair because Teddy's been playing awesome.
Teddy gets a Dally M. He can't get in the Aussie team.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
But the Panthers, they'll be going over there.
You know what I wish we could bet on? Here's what I wish we could bet on. Chance Nickel-Klogstad and Dylan Edwards to both have 25 plus carries and close
250.
to 250 meters.
250 plus. Easy.
Those two guys are just going to go field possession, back and forward all game. And
pending on mistakes, if it's dry over there and it's a nice little Saturday arvo, the kicks and the completion rate should be good.
Yep.
And by the end of it, I reckon 60 minutes in, they'll be on 200.
All right, let's go over to the Warriors. Kurt Capewell.
Who are you backing?
Well, let's break down the Warriors.
I thought we were on to the next one.
Yeah, no, let's break down the Warriors. So Kurt Capewell goes to the centres, although it's not ideal to play it all year round like he's had to play. You know he's capable of playing in a big game, right? So this is okay in this sense. And then you get the opportunity to see Leka Halasima. Yeah, he'll be playing right.
Against,
actually,
we get Casey McLean, wouldn't he? So he's going to be fit, the DWZ side? Yep.
So he's changed. He's changed a number of times.
Because he's a left arm carry. Looks better on the left side.
Well, I reckon a part of it is being versatile enough to give you different looks. Like, who knows what he does to account for.
Pompey's a left side centre, isn't he?
Yeah, but also I've seen there was a game when Kirk Capewell come and played centres and pushed Pompey over.
What are they going to do?
I don't know. That's my point. They changed. He changes depending on matchups. Webby, it's like they're not guaranteed, even though most likely it'll be Pompey on the left, Kurt Capewell on the right, but it's not guaranteed.
Kurt Capewell better watch out because Casey McLean is a big dog and he ain't scared of anyone.
See, I don't think Kurt Capewell's scared of Casey McLean either.
He's not scared of anyone, but he ain't playing in the back row. Like, there's a different. He can handle these guys easily, right? When they're coming in, but like when it's 1-on-1 on an island out there, and it's fucking you're going against this guy.
Kurt Capewell's gone up against Latrell Mitchell in the centres in the Origin game.
But you got a lot of help. You got a lot of different help here.
Yeah.
You got a lot of different help. You don't have like DWZ. And you don't have like a guy on the inside as your 3-man. You know who your 3-man is in Origin, and you know you got best defensive players either side of you. You don't have it in this team.
I know. All I'm trying to do is talk about the strength of like what the Warriors are trying to do, because a lot of people, and I know you're not one of them, but a lot of people are just saying this is done and dusted.
Oh, no, it's not. No.
I think the Warriors, I'm similar. I reckon this is going to be really tricky again. And look, this is the finals. This is the best of the best now. And it's a really close competition. And I think this final series is going to reflect it. This is another game where I'm going either team under 6.5, under 8.5 points. Those will be my plays. I might even do that throughout the whole series. Like, I think injury, penalty, a rough referee decision, a crucial miss referee decision could decide nearly every game. And I think the Warriors are now at that point where, like the Bulldogs, no one is giving them a chance. They're playing with house money and they have a real opportunity to completely change the narrative the way that people are viewing them.
Completely change the competition.
Completely just shake it up.
You know what I mean? And like, who did they buy from Penrith that would change that whole culture?
The munner in the middle.
Yeah, and that's going to be a lot. You know what I mean? Like the Warriors can play a special sort of football when they just have that spirit from the crowd, the munner, the brothers all connecting. It's a fucking hard team to beat.
Yeah,
I don't care who you got. They beat the fucking Panthers. I mean, the Panthers went over there and beat them, right? That sucked.
It was a tough game.
That hurt. That was a tough game, right? That was when the Panthers made their run.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's the same Panthers that they're playing right now.
Here's the pros and cons to James Fisher-Harris. Fish hasn't been playing well at all.
No,
not to his standards.
No.
But that can be scary for the Panthers as well.
They know what he's got.
Because if he, like, they haven't been playing well despite their main player not playing that well. Sorry, they've been in games despite their main player not playing to the ability. So if Fish comes out and plays like championship, premiership Fish, then that completely changes the makeup of the way this team looks as well.
I think the Panthers would be going head on a plate to Fish.
Yeah.
Like Leota's got to go, they'll go at it.
And so actually, I'll just correct myself there because I'm just thinking about last week. I thought he was really good against Manly. I think he might have even played all 40 minutes. The weeks previous and a couple of weeks leading, he wasn't to his best. Aaron Clark, Murata Nakore, Yeremia coming off the bench, Dimitri Vaimuanga.
You know, I'm not worried about, and I've never been worried about, is the Warriors forwards.
Yeah,
never.
well.
I never worry about their forwards because they're always fucking showing up.
Oh, okay, good. I thought it was going to be the opposite.
No way. They always show up. They're always there. They're going to fucking hit you all game. They're aggressive, and it will always be like that. They're the Warriors.
They just missed the polish.
I worry about the edge defense.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yep. And they're finishing the sets.
Yep.
In good
because of the halves that they have.
Yeah.
And the centers and the mixing up of the left and the right and like that whole right edge. It seems.
Here's what I would
do.
Very. I don't think they can kick and game manage their way to death against the Panthers.
Don't even try and play like the Panthers. They try to.
Unfortunately, I don't think Tanner Boyd will be able to get the job done against the Penrith Panthers. I would go the guy who beat them last year in Magic Round in similar conditions, wet weather conditions over there at Magic Round. Remember when Panthers got that really good win against the Panthers? Full deck of cards. Maybe Nathan was missing. But it was Tamari Martin, it was Chanel Harris-Tavita. Sean Johnson wasn't playing in that game. Those two went and got the job done. And I would promote, I don't know what Sam Healy is doing that I'm missing, but I would promote Sam Healy into the 14 jersey and go the 1-2 punch of Healy and Egan.
Who's on the bench?
Tamari Martin is in the 14 jersey.
Oh, so he's got his spot.
So he plays that hooker roving role, like sort of extra.
Yeah, I get it. But this big...
Jackson Ford's a big in too, like a really sneaky good.
It balances it back out because
Yeah.
the Smith kid,
Yeah.
he can just go back to the bench and come on for 20, 30 minutes. Oh, what do you think about Sorensen? So Sorensen, that's just the trust thing. Sorensen's been their mainstay for like 3 years.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Luke Garner as well.
Yeah, Luke Garner's probably played his best football ever.
Yep.
And it's still, but that's Cleary.
Yep.
He knows who can get the job done.
Exactly.
Garner knows he can play off the bench and where he fits in.
Yep.
And because he's been doing it for 2 years. And you'll be Martin comes back, Liam Martin, arrested Liam Martin, a motivated Liam Martin. He's probably had a down year as well compared to the last couple.
Yeah, agreed.
And he wants to go, like, who gives a fuck about the rest of the year when you win comps?
Even Yowie.
Yeah, no one's said.
Even Yowi's like had a good year, not a like.
Because they were good last 16 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's why.
We'll see, man.
So,
Let's go. Let's fucking go. Can't wait to watch every single game.
I'm watching every minute.
All right, let's go, mate. The Sharks versus Roosters, Saturday, 7:50 p.m. at a packed Shark Stadium.
Oh.
11,000 of the best. So
around
5'8", Braden Trindle is back after missing round 27. So Daniel Atkinson goes back to 18th man. Britton Nicorda is also listed amongst the reserves, so he will play for sure. As for the Roosters, Robbo's gone with the same 17 that got the job done in style against the Rabbitohs. Another juicy game, mate.
I don't know what to do. I mean, Sharks. I mean, one of the trainers at ELAD that I train with, he's Logan. He's a massive Shark supporter.
Yep.
Right? Lives in the Shire still. Travels over to Maroubra to train and everything. Massive Shark supporter. He goes, all the members got offered the tickets first.
Yep.
And they've all got like 20 tickets each. So I don't think there'll be any Roosters fans there at all.
Yep.
So, and I said, you should fucking bunker down and make that shit personal. You Shire fuckers. You know what I mean? Like, you just, you never cross Tom Uglies anyway.
Yeah.
So just bunker down and get into that crowd and just be disruptive as you can. But this is going to be a cracking game.
I don't think I've ever gone into a finals game as excited about a winger matchup than I am with Mark NAWAQANITAWASI and Ronaldo Mulitalo. Neither of these two guys, like, think about it, over the years.
Pretty good.
They're really important players for their team. They bring a lot of energy for their team, and they've got, in a short period of time, they've got some history. These two teams
Yeah, I really want this game to go fucking down in history.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care who wins this game.
Yeah.
Right? I think it's so evenly matched. You know, you got a young forwards, young players in the Roosters. You got not an aging Sharks team, but a Sharks team that's been around for a while. They're very connected over there. Well coached, ex-coach, Roosters great, Hall of Famer. Been under the tutelage of Robbo for like 10 years.
Yep.
Learned so much. It's going to be fucking ridiculous. Like, I don't think so. Just say Lindsay Collins, Fanua Blake, Spencer Leniu, Fanua Blake, Rudolph. You know what I mean? I'm just talking about the middles, Hamlin Llewellyn, Nafua White. All these guys, they sort of fucking equal each other out. They cancel each other out.
Well, let's play this game because there's not as many changes to sort of dissect in this game. So let's go outside backs. Katoa, Ramian, Iro, and Mulitalo versus Daniel Tupou, Smith, Toya, NAWAQANITAWASI. Who do you like more?
That's so even. Like, you know what I mean? Everyone's got their they all run hard. They're all good under the high ball.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They're all tall assets out wide, aerial assault everywhere. Play twos, not scared. Run direct.
Fanua Blake.
I got to go the Roosters because Teddy's so good and Mark.
That didn't include
Teddy. That was just the back.
So we're gonna do spine. We'll do spine after this.
Okay. Tupou and NAWAQANITAWASI is the best 1-2 hitter in the game.
Wow. Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, Tupou's is 34, bro.
Yeah.
And he's still doing his thing.
Yep.
Play twos, outstanding. fuck all mistakes. You know what you're going to get. Could easily sneak a double in here.
So you'll tick Roosters?
Yeah.
I'll go tick Sharks.
Yeah.
So forward pack, Adam Fanua-Blake, Rudolph, third degree Burns. Oh no, I reckon that will be Nikita. So let's put him in there. Billy Burns has been awesome too, by the way. Burns, Wilton, and Calhoun versus Spencer Leniu, Collins, Crichton, Radley, and Nafua White.
I like the balance of the Roosters.
Yeah.
You know, like you head on a plate is Fanua-Blake, right? But then that was the case last week, and look who went off. The Dolph. The Dolph went hard.
Dolph
Hazelton
awesome.
went hard. Llewellyn went hard.
Burns went hard.
Burns was good on the edge, right? You know, who's the left edge for the Roosters?
Angus Crichton.
Victor, Angus.
Angus on the left, Victor's on the
Victor's
right.
on the right.
Nafahu through the middle.
Fuck, mate, it's very evenly balanced. But I like the balance of the Roosters.
Yeah.
Because they're a different sort of player.
Yeah.
Right? You know what Fanua-Blake's
Roosters
doing.
as well.
You know what the Dolph's going to do. Those two back rows, Teague Wilton and Burns, good lines.
It'll be
really
It'll be
aggressive.
Nikita too, by the way.
Nikita.
Because it's only suspension that he's back
Yeah,
from.
he comes straight back in.
Yeah.
So what happens does
Burns will
Teague
go.
go straight over to the right side and Burns goes back to the bench?
No, so Teague stays on the left as per. Billy Burns has been playing on the
Nikita's right. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had my head mixed
And
up.
then
right?
I think maybe, who drops out? So one of these benches will drop out because I reckon Burns will be cover on the bench.
Talakai?
He's
No, so Talakai's there. He stays. Hazelton stays. Hamlin Llewellyn stays. Who's the other dude?
I think Hamlin Wale drops off. I reckon
But who's the
Kafusi
other-
stays. Oregon Kafusi, Talakai and Hazelton stay. Burns goes to the bench. Not with any confidence though.
So Llewellyn goes out. And he's been fucking playing good.
I know.
Does Burns warrant that? He's an edge player.
Yeah.
Can he play in the middle?
We got Sifa Talakai can play edge.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, so
They
I
might
think
go
I
all
think I
big
go
boys.
Talakai as that
Burns
guy
all the way out.
all the way out.
Yeah.
And he has
Maybe.
been all the way out when they've had a full
Yeah,
deck
they
of
have.
cards too.
They
so
have, yeah.
Burns is just he's your mate. He's your guy. He starts and he's out
Okay.
simply because of the reason of Talakai can play center,
Yep.
back row, lock, wherever you want.
Okay. So spine. Will Kennedy, Braden Trindle, Hines, and Brayley versus Teddy, Savala, Walker, and Watson.
Jeez, I think the Sharks. Simply because Savala is a young kid.
Okay.
Sam Walker's not tested. He's a great little young player. Him and Nico I think he's got it over him.
What about the Teddy versus
I
Kennedy
don't know.
matchup?
Teddy's superior.
Yeah.
Different sort of player.
Yep. Brayley versus Watson.
And Brayley's a proper 9.
Yeah.
Watson's a runner.
Yeah.
You know, like
He's a hybrid nine.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's not starting either.
Uella was probably
And
start.
Luelu starts because you just want your genuine, because you don't want him coming on because he's a run first 9.
Yep.
He's like Wingy.
Yep.
So Wingy used to start it on the bench, come on and blast the middles. Connor Watson does that as well.
Yeah.
So I think the young Samoan brother, he starts just to get the team into the game, feed the big boys.
And the big boys off the bench. I go Roosters on that one. Kafusi, Talakai, Hazelton, Hammond Wale versus Uelu, Butcher, Steep, and Wong is a really good matchup as well.
Young brothers there.
Yeah.
Got some young kids on that Roosters
I'm going
bench.
big boys
Yeah,
Sharks.
100%.
Yeah.
Especially if that's up for grabs and you just come on, don't overcomplicate it. Little tip here from Hazelton, get to the edge a little bit. The young kids Steep, they've had big years for their rookie years, man. But this is what the game's all about. Semi-final football.
I've got a huge rap on Butcher and Wong, but I think Talakai is the best player on the bench from any team.
Talakai's a fucking... he
he's a
starts in any other team.
Yeah, he's a problem. He's a problem. I am calling this game and tomorrow's game on the Sunday as well, so I can't wait for that. Sharks versus Roosters. If you are listening over the weekend, chuck it on SEN Sync. For
Who
both
you
the
got?
Let me give you the odds so you
Give
can
me,
make
Yeah, give us the
give me
odds.
the Mitchell
Informed
Dodds.
decision.
Give me the Dodds.
2.15 Cronulla with Tab. Roosters are favourites at $1.70. The line is 2.5.
Do you care who wins this game?
I don't care who wins any of the games.
Okay. What about just this game? Do you like because you've been a Sharks fucking...
if I'm trying to figure out which side they end up on, and I've been confused by this.
I
so-
don't even think about that.
So this game goes into semi-final 1.
Yep.
The winner of semi-final 1 drops down to the Storm and Doggies.
Oh, the winner out of this?
Week 2.
So do you care who you play?
I
Is
do
more the
care.
question. So
Yeah.
you're invested in the Bulldogs. I'm not invested in anyone.
Well, you just try. What if? Yeah, I don't care. They could be playing the Storm.
Well, here's my so here we go.
Yeah.
It's
So we-
hypothetical. Bulldogs lose.
Bulldogs lose.
Who would you rather play out of the Sharks and Roosters?
Roosters.
Now, Bulldogs lose, you play either Warriors or Panthers.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, okay. Yuck.
But I'm saying if they win, they fall.
That's an easy one.
Warriors.
You
Go
want-
Warriors. Go Warriors.
Let's go on.
Let's go on Warriors.
Up the wires.
Yep, all the way.
We even say up the
Up
wires.
the wires.
if
I'll
they-
fucking get this job. I will.
That's bad disrespect.
I'll wear a
I hope
jersey.
the-
I'll do anything.
I hope the Wires win against Panthers. You think you're going to beat the Wires and they knock you out as well.
Oh, this is hard. Yeah, I think the Roosters might get this game. Just in a real tough one. Oh,
Yeah,
fuck. No, this is a coin flip, man.
The loser of this has to play Broncos or Raiders.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about this
all
side of
right,
the comp.
all right.
But-
Same thing. I'm going under 6.5 again. All 4 games, I'm going under 6.5. That'll be my play. But
My
if you
guts.
made me pick Sharks because they're at home.
My gut is saying Sharks.
Yeah.
12-8.
Sharks because they're at home.
No, Roosters got more points than that. Hang on. Be like 24-18.
Sharks got me
24-18.
You know what? If you're a Roosters fan,
18-6.
Sharks fans are probably furious because every time I fucking start to find my way back over to the Sharks, they let me down.
These are the two fan bases that are always after you.
Yeah.
They're after the
Both of
holes.
them.
So
This is the scope.
I
card,
think
The Scope Cup. This is the Scope
this
Cup.
is the fan bases probably want me to pick the other team.
Yeah, big time. You're in a lose-lose situation, so you can fucking go anywhere.
You can have it
You
either
can say
way.
Sharks 13 plus.
All right. Like I said at the start, I think with this Sharks and Roosters game, I've never been more excited or just anticipating a wingers matchup like this in a finals game. So I'm going those two. I think they're going to score one on each other. Ronaldo Mulatalo for the Sharks, but I think the two Roosters wingers are going to score as well. NAWAQANITAWASI is on fire, the leading try scorer for 2025, and Daniel Tupou has had joy in both of the games that played against the Sharks. So let's go a nice, safe 3-winger multi, NAWAQANITAWASI, Mulatalo, and Daniel Tupou.
Seems like the way to go these days, isn't it? You know, if you can't get through the middle and you can't score tries, you just go,
Lob one up.
just let's have a crack,
Or you
boys.
just score a
and it's
freak
like,
try.
and if you've got a winger like Tupou, who can jump out of the stadium against Katoa, that's where I'll be going. I'll be leaning that way more than I would be leaning the Mulatalo and NAWAQANITAWASI.
All right, Canberra Raiders versus Broncos, Sunday, 4 p.m. So, Seb Chris is back on deck for the Raiders. He missed the win over the Tigers that clinched the minor premiership. Simi Sasangi returns to the bench. Noel Martin makes way.
No, Martin's future.
Josh Papali'i, yeah, I like him. Josh Papali'i has been named to play despite suffering an ankle injury. Matty Nicholson is listed amongst the reserves. As for the Broncos, still no Adam Reynolds. So Ben Hunt and Billy Walters will again call the shots. Shibasaki has been recalled at the expense of Jesse Arthurs.
Yeah, we
as he
said it.
drops to 18th man, and Dean Mariner goes back to the wing.
That was a big call, wasn't it?
Unlike the Bulldogs and Storm game, I think the winner of this game will win the grand final, and I still think the loser of this game
win the
can
grand
go on a run, can
Yeah.
still make it to the grand final.
Yeah.
I see these two teams as similar to when I was played in a game like this, the Roosters versus Manly. We lost week 1. We still managed to make our way to the grand final. I think the loser of this game still has the capability to do that.
I think these two play a similar game. There's not that much structure, right, going on. They run hard. They have offloads everywhere. Like Payne Haas is flicking the ball everywhere. Carrigan, you got all these guys, and then individual brilliance from Walsh, outside backs. That's what Canberra play as well. And you got good kicking games, right? Ethan Strange got a solid kicking game. Fucking what's the other 7? What's the 7 for Canberra? Fogarty, great kicking game, right? So they get out of yardage pretty good, and they got great forwards. You know what I mean? So it's like, Tarpanay, Big Papa, Horsburgh, Huddy Young. Like they're very similar if you break them all down. KO Weeks is like a fucking little Walsh. Do you know what I mean? Like he just scraps around and he can fucking get in and just make 60-meter breaks. And this game is a very hard game to tip.
Well, speaking of tipping, $1.67, Canberra are favourites with tab. Brisbane Broncos are $2.20. The line is 2.5.
This is the perfect conditions for Brisbane. 4 o'clock game. down there. Hopefully nice and dry. Is it going to be nice and dry in Canberra? I'm not sure. They reckon
down here in Sydney.
The weekend's going to be beautiful, but
Okay.
yeah,
17.
Okay.
but it's sunny.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be nice. That suits Brisbane.
Do you know there's going to be a shitload of push and shove? And who's reffing this game?
I
It's gonna be
love the
important.
Raiders too. So I'm just thinking if I even go the Broncos now, it just doesn't mean that I'm.
This
Don't
would you say
disrespect
this one's the
Canberra.
match of the round? This one will get
Oh, easy.
Easily.
This is
Easy.
the indicator for who could ref the grand final potentially.
Yeah, I seen it. I just looked at it.
I didn't. Who is it? Is it?
Klein and Butler.
Klein, fuck. 16 bald head. Who do you reckon? Honestly. There's a coin flip as well. And would it affect you, if you're the Broncos and you got beat, would it affect your mindset to go, we can't win the comp now? Or are we playing the best team? Or on the flip side, if the Raiders get beat by the Bronx, does that change your mindset? Can you win the comp?
I think it would affect.
Who would it affect more?
I just think Madge is going to have them so fight. They got ambushed at the start of the year by this Canberra Raiders team, and this Canberra Raiders team haven't looked back since.
No.
Everyone was still doubting them going into that Broncos game. They got a couple of scalps. They got the Broncos. Everyone's like, oh, no, they're like, Broncos are more talented.
Had a
They'll be
day
the better
off.
team.
Yeah.
Canberra Raiders have shown you nothing to say that was a fluke. So they're going to be playing with that mentality. And Madge, who coached under Ricky at Canberra, who has been a part of Origin Series, has been part of Pacific Championships where they've been dusted the first time they play a team. Remember the Kiwis got dusted and they come back and they win the
Yep.
Pacific Champs. He loses game 1 of Origin. He comes back. He wins the series. Like Madge has got
knows
the
how to get 'em
ability
up.
to rally teams who have been
Yeah.
comfortably beaten or been embarrassed.
I think the Broncos get them.
Yeah.
This is a very hard game to tip. I think, and I'm not saying the Raiders can't win the comp. I just think the Broncos go down there. The momentum is with the Broncos. You know, even saying, the Raiders got beaten in the last round. They still rested a few players, right?
Yep. Anyone on?
I think the Broncos can just go down there and upset them. Not by much.
What about the big three that are just lurking? That in a way are applying pressure to this team to just continue this run.
That's what I think is keeping the Broncos at a level of play where, like, you can't really bring them straight back in, right? You'd be apprehensive bringing Adam Reynolds back.
How would
if they win this game
And go
with
to
the
a
Ben
prelim.
Hunt fucking experiment at 7, and I'm not sure Ezra's not back, is he?
Now Ezra, Cobbo, and
Yeah,
Reynolds.
so
are not-
Billy's there still.
Yep.
So it's just like if they win this, it's just like it just goes, we're all right. We're all right. It just gives those guys a little bit more time. And the thing is, like, it's the Reynolds and the Ben Hunt. Like Billy would happily just go, fuck yeah, I'll go back to the bench. I'll just play good enough, then you put Ezra back in.
Not happily, but
Not happily, but he's probably ready for that. He knows he's a makeshift 6. He's doing his job. He's doing his tackles. He's inspiring things on kick chases, getting under, defensively being outstanding,
Yep.
giving the ball when he does early ball to the fucking Guns, to Stags, to everybody else, just feeding them around.
staying out of it. Just let
Staying
Walsh do
out.
his thing.
Walsh comes in, not overcausing, but just pushes up, gets the ball, boom, kicks it or runs it whenever he wants. That's the freedom I want Walsh to have.
Yeah.
Builds into games.
In
Doesn't-
saying that, and that's why a lot of people would not be as opposed to Ezra slotting back in, because even though Ezra is a really good 6, he's not a ball dominant 6 as well, right?
no.
So he can come
He
back and still
attacks.
play that Walters
Yeah.
role,
Where-
and Walters just slides back to that really good 14.
Whereas Adam Reynolds comes back.
Ben Hunt, that's a different
Ben Hunt,
conversation.
that is a totally different conversation
Yeah.
because they are outstanding 7s. Ben Hunt's a makeshift 9.
so conflicted on that. I don't know
Ben
what to
Hunt
do.
is a makeshift 9. He's played 300 games at 7. He gets to play Origin and Test at 9 sometimes. You know what I mean?
3 times a year.
Yeah, 3 times a year. But
Yeah.
he's played most of his games at 7. He knows how to control the team. Maybe it's he gets to right his wrongs from 2015 as well. Maybe that's in the back of his head. Imagine going out like that. Winning the fucking premiership 2025 because Ben Hunt just takes you to the promised land.
All right, let's go to Canberra. Let's go to the big boys. Any concerns on Josh Papali'i in that ankle? They can't. They can't win this game without Papali'i.
Yeah, fit Papa. He's got to be good.
If he play, I don't
if he's
care.
playing, he's not a selfish player. Because they know like they've got a second chance, right? And I'm like, he ain't putting him before the team.
I'll tell you what.
It's not built like that.
I don't care if he's even 70% on playing him.
I reckon they need to go all out and win this game.
I think
even though I still think they can go that path, don't get me wrong, I just think Papa's presence is not only does the Tarps and Huddy Young and Horsburgh and that look around and they feel comfortable with Papa in the changing rooms before the game. It's just a different look. Payne Haas has already been on the other side of it in Origin this year, Game 3, looking over. Big Papa's over there, gets the job done for Queensland.
Big Papa and Tarpanay looks.
1 second.
Big Papa and Tarpanay just look different when they run out together. It's a very, it's a scary look. You know what I mean? Like it's like Payne Haas walking out with Carrigan. If you don't see Big Papa, who do you see?
Yeah,
you see Tarpanay and you see who pushes up. Mariota.
I think Horsburgh will go to front row and Morgan Smithies will start at lock.
Yeah, that's a different look. When you see Big Papa, you see. If I run at him, he's going to get me.
Well, here's what I compared it to. Origin, first 2 games, Tino felt like he had to do everything for Queensland, right? Because I know he's got his big man Mo there, but that's it's a different presence than having Josh Papali'i. I reckon Joseph Tarpany would feel the need to do everything if Papa wasn't there.
Yeah, and that's at his detriment as well because he goes too hard and he'll fucking empty the tank and he might try too hard sometimes with the offloads and everything like that.
You can risk
where Big Papa comes in and he just goes, I just got to play my game.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about banging everybody in defence because he knows Big Papa's there he'll give you 40, 50 minutes at the best. He gets big minutes out. He's got a presence out in the field where not many people have. And I think Payne Haas won't be running like directly at him or Carrigan or Jensen because he ain't scared of anyone. You fucking run at him, he's going to put you on your back.
You know what's an underrated Papa and Summer, like when I was thinking about like what he brings to a team and how valuable he is, there's so many things. Like we've talked about like the aura, we've talked about like the way he hits like a truck and he solidifies the middle. But in finals games, having a guy, we don't need the 20 carries for 200 metres. Like, yeah, that's nice to have that if you've got an outlier like Payne
10
Haas.
years ago he was doing that.
But Big Papa's going to give you 120, 130 metres. He's going to give you 6 metres every carry and he's going to find his front.
And he's going to hurt some people on the way.
And he's going to find his front. He's not, and then he's going to be a quick enough play the ball that Horsburgh, Huddy Young can do what they do best, which is ad-lib footy, and they can play off the back of it.
And the way that Big Papa runs, if you don't have the perfect tackle tech, you're going out.
Dink,
right?
dink.
Pakes, the young kid, the 9, better have tackle tech on point with Big Papa because he leans in with his right arm carry, leans in with his left. Your head better be on the right side because you can get knocked out. Payne Haas and they don't have anything to worry about that because they don't tackle low. But like even Jensen, like Kobe Hetherington, they're all fucking hip tacklers, right? And Papa's try and get that hip. I don't know where it is.
Again, like I said before.
It's behind a fucking massive arm and an elbow and a knee.
Got the big pad still?
Yeah. See you later. Going out. And that's what you do. When you do that, you take one of the best defenders off, you've done your job.
Again, this game, it could be in like all the games, injuries could decide it, a referee decision could decide it, controversial referee decision. The back row, Hudson Young, Hoskin, Piakura, Ricky's really
I love it.
Paddy Carrigan and Horsburgh. The bench, like
what is the bench? Let's get to the bench.
Paddy, Sasangi, Smithies, Mariota versus Smoothie, Hetherington, Tolte and Hunt. I think tick Raiders.
Raiders, big time. And that's a big factor.
Yep.
Big factor.
And the Broncos bench has been really good in the last month.
Yeah, they've been good, but that's no that's a bench. That's a proper bench where you don't lose momentum. You take Payne Haas off, you lose momentum.
Yeah. If fully fit, the bench would look more like Billy Walters 14, Kobe Hetherington, probably Ben Tolte and Xavier Willison. That would look completely different.
Completely different. With Big X has got to get back, but
yeah. So he could be a chance if they can get.
Is he in the squad?
No. No. Chance if they get another
week. It's only been 4 weeks, so
yeah.
Yeah, when you talked about Madge and the way that he can get up for games, I just think the Broncos will have that mentality because he knows Ricky Stewart very well. He knows about playing down there.
Did you see the whole bus fiasco?
I've seen something about they had to park heaps far away or something like that.
The Raiders made them park the bus outside the venue last time. So, like, Madges requested that they have...
Didn't get through the gate.
Went to the integrity unit or something.
Because you know where you when you play the Raiders, you go through the gate and you get off at the stairs and you go straight in. Did he make him park outside the complex?
Yeah.
That's just Ricky. He's going to do it again.
Well, apparently they referred it to the integrity.
What are you going to do? Find the club? What? But what? But why would Ricky do that? Just for the walk, and you have to get all your gear in, and because all the gear's on that bus, right? All the massage table, all the strapping things, so all the trainers have to get that. The players are just focused on getting into the fucking sheds. You might get hassled by autographs, everything like that. Everyone's so focused on that and might throw you off a little bit.
Yeah.
It doesn't, just annoys you.
It's a pain in the ass.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
It's not, it's just not ideal because you know where you get in through the gate, there's fans and shit around there, and the Brisbane Broncos have got superstars.
Yeah.
Right? And that's probably why he's just trying to throw him off a little bit. It's not going to throw you off. It's not going to be responsible for that game winning.
I was just trying to think, like at that time
that's
before
just Ricky
the game,
being petty. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. You know for sure, normally it wouldn't matter because 2 hours out from a game, normally when they arrive, it wouldn't matter. Those Canberra fans are going to arrive
No,
there early.
they know because they hardly ever see Reece Walsh. They hardly ever see Payne Haas and Carrigan. Right? They got a good looking team. Right. A lot of people are going to be there. They got a superstar team.
Yeah.
I think there's a quote.
All right, my multi.
Actually, Madge on that says, "I don't give a rat's."
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
He shouldn't because him and probably fucking Sticky come up with that shit.
All right, let's
Petty.
go because he knows Ricky will thrive on it. If
Yeah, he knows. He's just trying to make Madge walk as well.
All right, same game multi. I got the 2 superstar fullbacks. Give me KO Weeks anytime versus Reece Walsh anytime. And the return of Shibasaki on the left side. It's been problematic for him this year, as good as they've been the Raiders. If there is a spot where you can expose them, it's on the right side of their defence. I've gone Shibasaki anytime. So KO Weeks, Reece Walsh, Gamat Shibasaki.
KO Mini.
An extended quote from Madge. "Maybe I should jump in the driver's seat and drive our bus to the game this week. I don't know what they're whinging about, to be honest."
Straight to the gate. Straight through the gate. Enjoy your football, people.
See you
Best
on
time
Monday.
of the year.
See you on the stream.
See you on the stream, guys.
See you on the stream tomorrow. Bang.
7 o'clock.
7:30.
7:30 start. The game starts at 7:50. We will be on live at 7:30 talking about our best bets.
Fuck it.
And
Get
we,
ready.
we will have the final lineups.
All right.
So no more tinfoil hat.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.